Good morning. Welcome to JCE eConnect e-learning portal. Subject is operational amplifier and linear integrated circuit. And we will be dealing with fifth module. Fifth module we discussed about the phase locked loop. What exactly the phase locked loop is? What are the applications of phase locked loop is? And block diagram representation of phase locked loop, and also explanation of each block of phase lock loop. Okay, and also we discussed about the applications, what are the different applications of this phase lock loop, and we discussed about the frequency synthesizer constructed by using the phase lock loop system. Okay, so that is about phase lock loop we discussed. So here in this module, in this session we will be discussing about the another very important applications of integrated circuit IC. So that let me start with that particular concept. Okay, so this are called as a analog signal processing circuits. I think you discussed already in the previous module what is signal processing circuits. So signal processing is circuit is nothing but the process the signal, or they will convert the one form of signal to other form of signal. That is called a signal processing circuits. So here this what we are discussing today is also type of a signal processing circuit. So we'll discuss what exactly it is, right? So it is 555 timer. So a 555 timer is nothing but it's a time machine. It is also called as a time machine. Why? Because it is used to provide the wide range of timing pulses. Okay, we can get the various time pulses using this time machines. That is why it is called as a timer or 555 timer. It is a 8-pin package. It's a 8-pin IC. You can one side of IC consisting of a 4-pin, other side of IC is also consisting of a 4 pins. Okay, this is a 555 timer. So it is various applications you can find this 555 timer. Okay, so in most of the electronic circuits, the timer plays a very vital role. The main objective or the main function of this 555 timer is to provide the timing pulses. So different time duration pulses with a different time duration it is producing. Precise value of the time duration to precise value of the time pulses is produced using this particular 555 timer. Okay, so that is the main thing here. So the presentation of this particular module will goes like this. So first we'll discuss about the introduction, what exactly a 555 timer is. Okay, then we'll discuss about the pin diagram of a 555 timer. Then we'll discuss types of 555 timers, and then we'll discuss about the working principle or internal architecture of your 555 timer. Okay, this is the presentation flow. Okay, right. So start with the introduction. So 555 timer is an once again integrated integrated circuit. That means it is embedded in a small chip consisting of 8 pins. Okay, so it is used in variety of applications, variety of timer applications. One such is a pulse generator, oscillators, okay, even phase lock loop, and many more. So it is used in the timers, pulse generators, oscillatory circuits, and many more. So once again it is also used to provide the delay in the oscillatory circuit. So we have oscillatory circuits, so which produces the oscillations. To introduce the delay in that oscillatory circuits, we are using the timer. As I said in the just few minutes back, the timer is used to provide the precise timing pulses. Okay, so this is used to provide the delay in oscillatory circuit. That is, here it is there. Okay, now this timer is designed, or this is, we can say it is developed by one of the scientists, that is Hans or Cameron Z, and in the year of 1971. In the year of 1971, this scientist is introduced, or this scientist is used to find it out this 555 timer ICs to produce the different precise pulses. Okay, that is the function of, that is the brief introduction when it is started and how, what are the applications of this integrated circuit IC, what is the timer and other things. Okay, yes, now we'll discuss about in detail about what exactly 555 timer is. So this is timer is not restricted to any. We have a various industries which manufactures the various type of the 555 timers. So based on that that there is a naming of timer is also varies. So in this we'll see two types of timers, that is NE555. Okay, it is used in the commercial purpose of the range of 100 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. Even this timer is also has a some temperature variations. So that temperature variations can be from 0 to 70 degrees Celsius. For the timer it is NE so for this NE555, it is the temperature range is so from 0 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. The second type is SE555. SE555 is once again different company which has manufactured this type of timer, which is used in the military applications, military purpose, and also the range of the temperature which varies for this type of timer is from minus 55 degrees Celsius to 125 degrees Celsius. So this is the range of the temperature variation. That means your timer IC can withstand up to the range of temperature, it is minus 55 degrees Celsius to 125 degrees Celsius. That is the temperature range. So for NE555 it is 0 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. So for SA555 it is minus 55 degrees Celsius to 125 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is the temperature variation. So now we'll discuss about the pin diagram of a 555 timer IC. So pin diagram, so it is, as I said, it's a 8 pin IC. So 8 pin IC. So one side consisting of 8 pins, that is pin number 1 to so pin number 4 here, and pin number 5 to pin number 8 are here. This is the 8 pin IC. The function of each pin is given here. So pin number 1, which is connected to the ground terminal. So pin number 1 is connected to ground. So pin number 2 is triggering point. So pin number 3 is the output pin. So pin number 4 is used for resetting purpose. So resetting the offset voltages, pin number 4 is used. So pin number 5 is for controlling. So for controlling of the various signals. So pin number 5 is used, and pin number 6 is used for the threshold pin. It's used to provide the threshold voltages. So pin number 7 is for discharging purpose. Any stray parts present in the ICs can be discharged using so pin number 7, and pin number 8 is for the supply voltage. Pin number 8 is to provide the supply voltage to the IC. Okay, so that is about the pin configuration of 555 timer. So next we'll discuss about detailed function of each pin. So first pin, so pin number 1, as I already explained, so pin number 1 is for grounding purpose. The ground pin which connects the 555 timer to the negative, that is to supply rail, that is it will connect the negative supply to the ground. So pin number 2 here, pin number 2, just look at here. So pin number 2 is a triggerer. So the negative input to the comparator number 1, and the negative pulse on this pin sets the internal flip-flop. It consisting of a flip-flop. I will tell you while explaining the internal architecture. So it will internal flip-flop, and the voltage drops below the 1/3 of VCC, so causing the output to switch from lower to higher. That is the pin number 2 functions. So pin number 3 is output. The output can drive any till the circuit has capable of sourcing and sinking up to 200 milliamps of the current range. So it can produces the output. Okay, so next pin number 4 is for resetting purpose, as I said, to reset the internal flip-flops. So they, as I said, we are using a flip-flops in this case. So pin number 4 is used to reset that particular flip-flops. So it consisting of a flip-flops, transistors, and many things. So pin number 4 here is used to reset the value. So this is an active low input and generally connected to logic 1. So when the not used, so to prevent unwanted resetting of the output. That is a function of pin number 4. So pin number 5 is once again control voltage. This pin controls the timing of the 555. So timing of 555 by overriding its 1/3 VCC level and the voltage divider network. So it will control the voltage at the voltage divider network. Then by applying the voltage to this pin, the width of the output signal can be varied independently, that is to RC timing network. So When not in used, it is connected to ground, okay, via 10 nanofarad capacitor to eliminate the any noise. So it is when it is not used, so it is connected to ground through the 10 nanofarad capacitance to avoid the noises, okay. So next pin number 6 is threshold point. So here it is a pin number 6 is the threshold point. The positive output of this comparator number 2, here it consisting of 2 comparators. So this 2 is connected to to provide the threshold voltage here. This pin is used to reset the flip-flop and the voltage applied exceeds the 2/3 of the VCC, so causing the output switch from high to low state. So this pin is connected directly to the RC timing circuit, okay, that is the function. Next pin number 8 is to discharge. As I said, to discharge the stray charges, so discharge the pin which is connected directly to the collector on the internal NPN transistor, which is used to discharge the stray voltages or offset voltages. So pin number 8, it is once again the supply pin. So plus VCC, this is power supply pin for a general purpose 555 timers. The supply range is from 4.5 volts to 15 volts. And the supply requirements of general purpose 555, it may be NE 555 or SE 555. The supply ranges varies from 4.5 volts to 15 volts, okay. That is the supply requirements of this particular pin. So this is the function of each pin in case of the 555 timer, okay. This is an internal structure or internal architecture of your 555 timer. So you can see, so pin number different pins are connected to different terminals. You can see here, as I am saying, voltage divider. So this is your voltage divider. All the resistance combination are the voltage divider. So which supply VCC, full supply is applied at the first wait a minute. Right, so the supply voltage is applied at VCC here, okay. So here this particular point, it will be 2/3 VCC the supply, because the resistance is here which will divides the voltage, and it is 1/3 VCC. That means the voltage divide, this all resistance 3 resistance combination will be acting as a voltage divider network, which will segregate the different voltages, that is VCC, 2 VCC, 2/3 VCC, 1/3 VCC, okay. That will differentiate it. So it's consisting of 2 comparators. So first comparator will compares the signal with the 2/3 VCC. This is your so first comparator will compares the, this is your first comparator which will compares the reference signal with the 2/3 VCC, and the second comparator will compare the signal comparator will compares the VCC with the 1/3 of the VCC. So then output of these comparator, after comparing the your voltage divider signal with the reference threshold voltages, so it is given to the flip-flops here. So flip-flops are nothing but, so you know what exactly the flip-flops, how the flip-flops are working, you already studied in the digital electronics, okay. So digital electronics you already studied. So this output of the comparator will comes to the flip-flop. The flip-flop will decide the pulse duration. So flip-flop will decide how much pulse is required, how much pulse is to be generated. The main operation of this 555 timer will decided by using this flip-flop, okay. And then it is given to the output driver circuit. So from that, from pin number 3 you can get the output pulses, okay. This is any 555 timer internal architecture. So all the 555 timers internally, it consisting of a one voltage divider network. So this is your one voltage divider network, so voltage divider network, and the 2 comparators and flip-flop and driver network. So these are the main 3 components of the 555 timer IC, okay. So that is the function of your that is the internal architecture of 555 timer. So it consisting of voltage divider, this is your voltage divider, and 2 comparator 1 and comparator 2, flip-flop and driver output. So voltage divider function is to divide the voltages into different ranges, okay, and then each range of voltage is compared using the comparator, okay, and then output of the comparator will fed to the flip flop. So flip flop will be decides the precise value of the timing pulses, okay, and then which is connected to the driver output, or it is converter. It may be different converter which converts one form of signals to other form. So from that converters we are getting the your output voltage. And also we have a transistor here which is used to reset the pin. So for any offset voltages present in this network, or any offset voltage present in the IC can be reset by using this transistor, okay. That is the function of your transistor network here, okay. So this is about the pin configuration of 555 timer. So in the previous what we discussed, introduction to 555 timer, what exactly 555 timer, and what are the different types of 555 timer, NE and SE 555, and pin configuration and the functions of each pin we discussed. And also we discussed about the internal architecture, what exactly your 555 timer. It will looks like very small IC, small integrated chip, but internally it consisting of all these components, okay. The applications of this IC is used in the various purpose. So astable multivibrator, monostable multivibrators, and many more. So the applications of this 555 timer IC and other things we will discuss in the next video, right? Thank you.